Hello friends, welcome to my channel. This is Charan. In this video I will show you using angularjs and PHP how to bind data dynamically into drop-down select option from mysql phpmyadmin database. Right now the drop-down has empty. I'm reloading the browser. Once I reload, see, we got the data from database Charan, Samantha, John. From this table, Charan, Samantha, John, Johnny and Mohit. Here we have binded the EMP name data into this drop-down control using AngularJS. If you are a first-time visitor to my channel, please subscribe to get the latest updates. Now before writing the coding part in PHP, first we'll check the table and the column names I want to bind. The table name is the EMP and the column I want to bind this EMP name into drop-down control using AngularJS. So let's write the coding part. I'm using Notepad++ for this video tutorial. Now in this new one page I'm adding PHP code. PHP. In this PHP I'm declaring the variables of my connection string $hostname is equals to localhost $db name. My database name is sampledb. $username, which is root, $password. Here the password field I am leaving blank because I don't have any password to log into my SQL phpmyadmin database. If you have any password, please enter that one. After that, I am adding the connection variables is equals to mysqli_connect method. I'm adding my connection string variables. The first one is the host name, $hostname. Copy this one. Hostname, comma. The second parameter is the username. Copy this one, paste here. The third one is the password. Copy this one, paste here, comma, and the last one is the database name $db name, semicolon. So after adding the connection string, now I'm declaring the SQL query is equals to, here the SQL query is a command text select statement, select stop from, the table name is EMP table, $result is equals to mysql_query method. This query method takes two parameters. The first one is the connection object $con. Copy this one and paste here, comma, and the second parameter is the SQL query. It's a $query. Now I'm using while loop to fetch the records of the employee name. While loop $row is equals to mysqli_fetch_array method. Now in this method I am adding $result. Copy this one and paste here. I'm declaring an array variable $output is equals to, I want to display this row $row, and the last one, the data I want to get in the JSON format, echo JSON_encode. I'm adding this $output array. I don't require this array. That's it. We have just finished the coding part to fetch the records from this emp table. Let's save this file. I'm saving this file in the root folder. Bind dropdown list angularjs php.php file. Let's save this file. So after that, let's add the new page. Now this page I'm using the HTML code. HTML. I'm closing the HTML tag. Header section. I'm closing the header section. Body. I'm closing the body tag. Now between the header section, I want to fetch the records using AngularJS. So the first thing, I require the latest AngularJS CDN link. Let's open to the browser again. AngularJS latest CDN. And from the search results, I'm selecting the AngularJS. And here you can find the different versions of AngularJS, Angular, Angular 2. I'm selecting the version 1.11. If you select the version greater than this one, the data will not be bound in the drop-down control. So make sure you get the version when you're using AngularJS less than 1.6. I'm using 1.11. So after selecting the version, I require the AngularJS min.js file. This CDN link, just copy this one. In the header section, I'm adding the script. It's a small s. Source is equals to. I'm pasting the CDN link. Let's close the script. After that, I'm adding the script tag. Let's close the script. Before adding the Angular jQuery snippet, first in the body, I'm adding center tag. I'm closing the center tag. H1, how to bind data dynamically from database, mysql, phpmyadmin, PHP, AngularJS. Here into dropdown. I'm adding horizontal line. After the horizontal line, I'm adding the select option. $select. I'm closing the select tag. Inside the select, I'm adding the option. I'm closing the option tag. Let's copy this one and paste here. The first option is the default value of the selected drop-down control. So value is equals to empty selected disabled. Select employee is a default item of the drop-down control. Before adding the AngularJS functionality, let's save this file. I'm saving this file in the same root folder www dropdown list angularjs -bind dot. I'm saving this as a HTML file. Let's save this file. Now before adding the AngularJS functionality in this header section, first we'll check the basic output on the browser. And here we got the output of that code. Right now this HTML page contains only the header tags and the drop-down control select option. Now let's add the functionality using AngularJS to bind the employee name into this drop-down control. The script, I'm declaring a variable app object angular dot module between double quotes. I'm adding the angularjs application name after the horizontal line. I'm adding div tag. I'm closing the div tag. The div tag ng app is equals to between double quotes. I'm adding my app. This is the Angular application name, comma, array. Now let's create the controller, app.controller between double quotes. In the same div, I'm adding ng controller is equals to between double quotes my controller. Let's copy this, paste here, comma, let's create the function $scope, comma, the second parameter I'm using $http $scope dot get emp details is the object is equals to function now in this function I'm calling this PHP code $http dot get method between single quotes semicolon. Once we get the employee details function, I want to display the records dot success function. I'm adding the variable data $scope dot emp results is equals to I'm adding this data function semicolon. That's it. We have added the angularjs functionality to fetch the records from this PHP file. Now in the select option I'm adding ng init directive between double quotes. Now in this ng init I'm adding the function name get emp details. Copy this one, paste here, and once the records are fetched I want to bind in this second option ng repeat is equals to between double quotes emp in emp results. Now after adding the ng repeat directive in this option, now let's bind the records. I'm adding the angular expression. Now in this expression I'm adding this object emp dot. Now I want to bind the column name emp name. Let's add this one emp name. That's it. We have done the complete coding part. Let's save this file. We'll check the final results on the browser. Right now the drop-down has empty. I'm reloading the browser. Once I reload, see, we got the data from database Charan, Samantha, John. From this table Charan, Samantha, John, Johnny and Mohit. We have binded the emp name data into this drop-down control using AngularJS. And one more thing I want to show here. As I told, if you use a version more than 1.5, for example if I use 1.6.0, let's save this file. I'm reloading the browser. You see the employee name column is not binded into this drop-down list control. So make sure use the version 1.11 or lesser. Save the file. I'm reloading the browser. again we got the data into this drop down control. That's it.